What's up, guys? Andy here.
And Davis.
We're just going to go over a little bit of a quick tutorial on our screen support role, which takes place on the CG1 computer. And so basically the screen support role in a nutshell, it is the role that controls all of the lyrics and splashes that you're going to see on the front screen in the worship experience. So obviously this is a vital role. And you're going to be doing, there's a lot of kind of specific things that we want you to do in this. And honestly, we got to look at it as you are just as much a part of the band and the worship experience as anybody else on the production and worship team. So it really is a vital role. And so what we're going to be using is software called ProPresenter here. And basically you just see a bunch of slides on here for each of the song lyrics. Just to kind of give you a quick rundown. Right here is our library. If you're pulling in songs on the fly, you might could pull it in from here. We usually try to keep this pretty cleaned up though. So, but then right here, this is actually our playlist for the worship experience. And so this is going to be usually as a one-to-one relationship with the cue sheet. So for every item on the cue sheet, you will see an item here in this playlist. So it should be pretty easy to follow along. And so, and a lot of these you'll notice are simply one slide or just a blank thing, and that's okay. That means that a different role is taking the content for that element, so that's okay. So let's go to CG1's or Screen Support's one of the main roles here, which is the songs. And so there are a couple things you will see. First of all, you're going to see the song credits. We never display those. Those are only there so we can pull them to the end. And that just happens in our CG prep, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. So always just remember to skip over song credits. So the first thing you're going to see is something called a song bug, and you'll notice it on these first two slides here. You'll see up here the little fancy little elevation worship thing that happens here. And so these song bugs only occur on songs that are elevation worship songs and that are local. So this will never happen on a like Hillsong song or whatever, and it will also never happen on an uplink elevation worship song. So only elevation worship songs that are local will we launch these song bugs. And so generally the way that we launch these is whenever we are listening to the click track, which by the way, if you're running screen support, you're listening to the click track with the band, it's going to give you an intro cue. It's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and right then is when you're going to launch the first song bug. And then whenever you hear that that same cue rolling into the verse, it's going to go verse 1, 2, 3. Then that's whenever you're going to pull off the song bug and get ready to go into the first lyric. So something to keep in mind, when that song bug is going off, please don't hit that first lyric until it's all the way off. Actually, it worked fine.
You can roll straight through it onto the first one, and it won't matter.
We can roll straight through it onto the first one. How convenient. So, anyway, just remember on the intro click, right when it hits 1, 2, 3, 4, you can hit that first song bug. And whenever it's going into the verse, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can roll that song bug back by hitting the second slide.
You want to give us a little demo there?
Let's give, you know what? Davis is prepared. We're going to give us a demo.
Okay, here we go.
This is live right here.
So we're starting Gone. Here we go.
1.
Oh gosh, I'm so nervous.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, look at that.
Man,
Chris
is doing such a good job today.
Man, he's killing it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Taking that song bug off.
This song is actually a double intro, so Andy did the right thing, but in that situation, it would actually be this count, and then going into it wasn't for nothing. So
y'all heard that? I did that right.
He did that right.
I don't care what y'all say.
It's just kind of a little fake out with a double intro that we normally don't have. So normally you would roll straight through that second one into that first lyric,
right?
Except for Gone, apparently.
Yeah, except for that song. We showed you the exception for some reason. But anyway, so song bugs. That's kind of it in a nutshell. And also, your director will let you know when you are live for song bugs. So just remember to keep that line of communication open with your director. So now whenever we go into lyrics, our mode of operation is, well, first of all, if you have lyric content from your visuals role, which is running on CG3, then CG1 lyrics are going to be solely for backup purposes, or if something goes wrong with the CG3 computer or whatever the situation might be, but that doesn't mean that it's any less important to be right on time. Because if the director needs to pull back CG3 for any reason, that means you are going to be live in this screen support role. And it's vital that we are right where we need to be and acting like we are live the entire time, essentially. So anyways, that being said, the way that we're going to handle these lyrics for these songs is right whenever or like maybe a half a tenth of a second before that song lyric is sung, that's whenever we're going to launch that lyric. So, for example, if you want to hit play, and one more time here just to show you. There you go. So that's kind of a general idea. We don't want to be too early because then that looks awkward and people don't know what to do. We also don't want to be too late because that looks awkward and people don't know what to do.
I'm going to be right in the middle.
Yeah. So basically we have to be right on time. And really the key to this, there are two keys to making this work really well. And that's for, if you're in screen support, have your headphones on, be listening to that click track. And number two is sing along to the song. It's okay to sing along in production. Nobody cares. It's fine. But sing along to the song and hit that button right when you say that word, or just before you say that word, because that's going to help keep you right on track and in sync with that worship leader. And really, from there, it's pretty simple. And every now and then, you're going to see these blank slides. And so when this goes, and I sing hallelujah, or whatever, then we're going to hit that blank slide, and right whenever he goes into the next line, we're going to hit the one. So it's just, blank slide is just there to, that way the words aren't on the screen, and it makes for an overall better experience, I guess. Anyway, just remember blank slides are there for a reason. Don't skip over those. So yeah, next thing we want to look at is, let's say we're to the end of the song, and all of a sudden, your worship leader is going back into a chorus or back into the bridge or whatever, and you're here at the end of the chorus. There are two options. You could be like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Where's the bridge? Oh my gosh, where's the bridge? Oh my gosh, where's the bridge?
What most people do.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh my gosh, where's the bridge? Oh my gosh, where's the bridge? And you're like, all of a sudden, you're like on Chrome on Facebook by accident. So there's a really easy way to make this happen right. And if you hit the B key on the keyboard, pop, all of a sudden you're at the bridge. If you hit the C key on the keyboard, pop, all of a sudden you're at the chorus. And you'll notice on these slides there is a handy dandy little B and a handy dandy little C. So basically what that means is we have set hotkeys for that portion of the song. And let's say that you notice that those are not there for whatever reason. What you can do is, let's just come up to the verse. We usually won't have one on the verse, but I'm just going to do it for teaching purposes. So if you want to add a hotkey, come over here, right-click that slide, head down to Hotkey, and then it's going to say Enter Hotkey to trigger slide. So this is the verse, so obviously we're going to use Z for the hotkey. And then, so now every time you press Z, it's going to go to that verse slide, which is perfect. So, and then we're going to remove that for obvious reasons. But
man, I love Z. I mean, I
Z,
just feel like that makes so much sense.
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm all about efficiency and smartness in my workflow. So anyways, use hotkeys. They're there for a reason. They're there to help you out, and they're there to really help out our worship leader and the people in the auditorium as well. So yeah, use that option. We have them there for you.
Sweet. So up next, we are going to talk about a couple things that can save you time as well. So hotkeys are probably the easiest time saver in ProPresenter, and the next one is going to be this video image bin right down here. If for some reason you don't see it, you can use this little video image toggle at the top to make it appear and disappear, so you have more space for lyrics. But I like to keep it on because all of your background images and videos that you have in ProPresenter are always in this bin. So no matter where you are, if you're in the middle of my testimony and the host walks up and you need to go, oh, Adam's up, you can immediately throw Adam Shin's name slide from here instead of going to the welcome and then clicking on it in the welcome. So it's just making that a lot easier versus, oh, I think that slide's in the close. Let me jump to the close and then let me find it. Well, I can just go fire meet and greet from right here, from anywhere. So it makes that a lot easier, and now syncing is always down here too if you just need to grab that really fast. Song bugs are always in here. We won't worry about them, but for all those graphics, splash, any of that, it's all down here and makes it super convenient. So that's a big time saver. The next one that is also going to be really handy, we'll go to a song here. We'll go back to Gone since it's the anthem of today apparently. So if we throw this lyric here and then say I go ahead and throw this background behind it, and it looks really weird because this isn't supposed to be there. A lot of people just go hit clear all to get rid of all of that and then go back to the lyric, which is fine. It does work, but there's a faster way to do it. So I'll put this back up again. You can actually use this clear slides and clear backgrounds to get rid of, if I hit slide, it will get rid of the text, which this is a foreground in PrePresenter, and these are backgrounds. So if I put the text back up and I want to get rid of the background, I can hit clear backgrounds, and that will go away and keep the text, instead of having to hit clear all and then go back and hit the text again. And if you want to be fancy on the keyboard, you can hit Fn, which is on the bottom left, and then the F1, 2, or 3 keys will correspond to all 3 of these, and that'll work as well. So if I hit Fn, F1, it'll do clear all. And then the last and probably most important thing about CG1 is knowing when you're live and clear. The hardest part about it is there's no way on your personal screen to tell when you are live and clear. It's on the multi-viewer by the switcher. So there will be a little red box. So just for the sake of this, I'm going to do a slide color and do it red. So it will look essentially like this, except be a red box all the way around the box where CG1 is. On the multi-viewer by the switcher, and that means you are live. Your director also should be telling you that you're live and that you're clear, and if they're not, you should ask them to. But if you see that red box around where it says CG1, that means you're live, and if you see nothing or a green box, it means you are clear. The green just means you're in preview and you could potentially go live soon, but you are not at the moment. So that's probably one of the most important things, just making sure before you ever click anything on CG1 that you know that you're clear first, or that you know that you're live and you shouldn't click something. Okay, so let's say you want to go pull a song in and Pastor's flowing, doing something different. You want to pull that in, all you got to do is go to Finder, and I'm actually already in the folder, so I'm going to go into something else. So you can actually just hit this link on the side right here to go to the PrePresenter Songs folder. And it is separated out by Elevation Rhythm, which is our youth rhythm worship team, and Elevation Worship, which is our main worship team. And then a bunch of other hymns and songs that aren't by Elevation Worship, but we could potentially go into and sing. So that's why all these are here. So you can essentially go in, find what you would need, and say, cool, pull in, do it again. And then after we pull it in, it pulls to right here in the library. And you just go template, lyrics, template 1, and you're already formatted and ready to go, and you can throw it live on screen. The other way that you can do this is, let's say we want to do Echo as our one. So we're going to close out of Finder completely. Pastor starts flowing into Echo, and you hit Command Space, and it will bring up this spotlight search, and you can just type in Echo, and it will give you the versions right here, and you can just double click it and hit OK, and then just do the same thing, lyrics template 1. And there you go.
Nice.
Same principle for CG2 or for TalkBack. You would just click on, instead of lyrics, you would click on the TalkBack lyrics and format it that way. But the principle is exactly the same.
Nice. Yeah, I feel good about that. And just to clarify, whenever we pull those in from Finder, just remember we are pulling them locally. So if you know how to connect to the server, we're not pulling them directly from the server because we don't want to cause issues for all the other 19 plus Elevation Church campuses that are also pulling from that folder. So
For sure.
copy them locally, then copy them into PrePresenter. So yeah.
Exactly.
But I feel pretty good about that, Davis. How about you?
I feel great, man. I think we covered everything. If you guys have any questions, let us know. We're always around.
Yeah, that's for sure. And if you watched this video and got to this point, be sure to text me or Davis. Z is for verse. And we will know that you watched this. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate all y'all.
Peace.